huge for Northport that they led at the end of the first half.
Because they needed each and every basket that they had, because it's really all about getting back in the series, gaining that confidence again. And of course, Arvin Tolentino was at the forefront of that.
A spark of the bench was RJ Abarientos with their usuals not playing at their absolute best. RJ had to exert a little bit more effort on the offensive department as Kadeem Jack was a steady leader throughout this ball game for Northport. And by 10, heading into the final period, they were leading by 10, actually in the final 4 minutes. But there was a big counter attack that was capped by this 3-point shot coming from Stephen Holt. But this was a huge response from Kadeem Jack. If he missed this, would have been a turnaround. It could have been Barangay Ginebra securing a basket and punching their ticket into the finals. But instead, they extended their lead to 3. They forced a couple of misses, and it was Arvin Tolentino who secured the free throws to make sure that Northport will get a win here in the series.
What a big win here by Northport. And they live to fight another day here in the best of 7 series between Barangay Ginebra.
Up next, we have the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters going up against the TNT Tropang Giga for Miss Bel Gregorio, for Eric Reyes and Carlo Pamintuan. Do stick around. More people.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smart Cold Season 4 swimming coverage of the PBA Commissioner's Cup semifinals. This is TNT Tropang Giga going against the Rain or Shine Rainers here in game number 3. TNT in the series so far, making this crucial in this best of 7 series.
Dude, gotta think, gotta believe, man. Long series is the reason why there's 7 games. So let's see what we can do.
Now with it a 3-point shot. Very important thing to get the veterans to the ball game.
And the Clarito for 2.
Laban lang kami. Depensa lang kami kung anong makaya namin gawin today. Sana, one natin yung panalo. Para hindi kami malubog.
I think that's the scores inside. With Rain or Shine supporters.
Believing that we can win and just take it one game at a time. Just coming in here, getting this win. Just moving on.
Thompson picks that up. Clarito gets the big triple to tie things up.
We're hoping we can push this series into a long series.
Here's
Alam naman namin i-score si RHJ. Ang gusto lang namin, every time he scores, he works for it, he earns it.
Here's RHJ. Oh, turnover for TNT as they're running. There's Noble Sky for 2.
yung sinasabi sa amin ni coach nung nakaraan kasi yung decision making namin sa endgame ayun yung malaking ano dun. So, nagawa namin ng paraan. Yun. Nanalo kami ngayon.
We formalize the score here with a win for Rain or Shine, 103 to 98. They get off the board, 2-1, still in favor of TNT. But talking about critical, pivotal games, you gotta take a look at the fact that Rain or Shine needed this desperately.
At least ngayon, nakatuwan kami. Gusto namin umabot ng 7 games. We're physically and mentally prepared to play 7 games in this series.
Kinukum. Siyempre, kakaiba yung pinapakita niya ngayon eh. Maklase. Tol, ingat palagi sa game ha. Galingan mo. Kaya natin yan. Yes, sir. Sino solid kay Milotana. MVP. Napaka-humble maglaro. Sobrang humble. Ang galing. Sobrang galing. Kapansin mo kami. Galing pa kayo Pangasinan.
Kasi lang, ano pa ina-idolize sila ng players sa tennis na yun?
Sa si Adrian, no, ang galing. Consistent talaga yung semis.
Pinag-isama.
Siyempre yung roster kasi kaya na underdog sila sa Giga eh. So, pag nakarating sila ng finals.
The message ka.
Tatawa idol. Yun lang.
Talaga yun. Ano pa yung ina-idolize silang player na yung semis?
Ngayon si RHJ. Solid. Lakas. Sobrang athletic niya. Nagustuhan ko yung mga
May message ka para sa kanya, ano yun?
good luck RHJ. Galingan mo. Sana magkita tayo.
Sino yung ina-idolize ng player na yung semis?
Sana. Kasi MVP siya. Sample.
Ano message ka para sa kanya, ano yun?
Ingat lagi sa paglalaro.
Ay, talaga yun.
Tama kayo.
Yeah, we got a taste of a win. We just know that the job's not done at all. They still got the advantage. We're trying to even it up and give ourselves a fighting chance in this series. Yep, no problem.
Ito may transition. Ngayon 4-0 na.
Gusto yung moral ng team coming to this game, kapayahan nila.
Lungkot. Siyempre masaya pag manalo. Pero yun niya, sana magtuloy-tuloy. Crucial game ngayong araw.
Hindi nyo kaya i-maintain yung kasi
Oo, kailangan focus kami, siyempre, yung mga maliliit na bagay kailangan. Thanks. appreciate you. Thank you po. No, bro. Yeah. I feel last game means nothing now. So just got to try our best to scrape out a win. I don't think, you know, I don't think we can count on anyone to just reproduce exactly what happened. We just got to all come out there and play a game of basketball. We're blessed. We're lucky. We get to play a game for our careers. So just play a game. Focus on playing a game. Yeah, appreciate you.
Felix,
Thank you. Thank you.
how's the morale of the team after winning your game last week?
It's good, really good, really good. Because we know the first two games were very close, so this time we came out on top, and it felt great.
How do you feel coming to this game?
Yeah, I mean, we feel good coming in. I feel like we took the things we did well with us and learned from our mistakes from the first two games. I think we can do that tonight as well. We know it's a big game to tie up the series, so hopefully.
Right, well, with that.
Thank you, thank you.
Birthday boy! Ano wish mo sa birthday mo?
Ano lang, yun lang.
Thank you.
It was good. I mean, obviously, it was important for us to get a win to kind of get back in this series and everyone to go down 0-3. So now that it's 1-2, we have another opportunity today to try to make it 2-2. Thank you.
Yung last game kasi medyo mas malaro na. Kaya hindi na sunod yung game plan namin. And yun, siguro magagawa namin. Kasi kailangan namin makuha ng game.
They get off the board 2-1, still in favor of TNT. Rain or shine. Needed this desperately. Tarek J. Oh, gets the board. Dominator Novo with a quick crossover. Goes up and over. Taken Novo. A revelation here for Rain or shine. And TNT were left in the dust in the fourth. It is a big win for Coach Yang Yao and the rest of the boys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PBA Season 49 Commissioner's Cup here on Pilipinas Live and on PBA Rush. Rain or shine, looking to even things up against the TNT Tropang Giga, who lead this best of 7 series 2 games to 1. This is the Echoes of War, Rain or shine, and Astrabators against the TNT Tropang Giga. Always a pleasure to be with you here at the Big Dome. I'm Paolo de Rosado, alongside Coach Roddy Magsano. It is Bea Escudero who joins us on the sidelines. And Coach, that last game, there was so much drama, a lot of question marks still there, especially with the absence of Jason Castro and TNT's point guard play.
Well, one question that was answered well by Rain or shine was that can they win that game and avoid a possible 0-3 hole? And the answer big time they did, as they showed composure and the will to win, to make sure that they stayed in the series and a perfect chance to tie the series at 2 games apiece.
They have the composure. They got a crucial win because going into this one, let's say 0-3, would have been very difficult to try and turn anything around. But let's take a look at some of the highlights here of that very important game number 3, and including some of the numbers here. They were able to control the tempo of their game, and it just felt that this is the most comfortable Rain or shine happened against TNT.
And this is a team which averaged close to 110 points per game. Defensively, they've been really working so hard to try and keep in step with one of the toughest defending teams throughout the last few seasons. But one thing that they did so well in this win was they shot the ball well from the three ball. This 36 of the 103 coming from beyond the line. And then the other across the board numbers also working in favor, diffusing the late uprising pumped in by RHJ, would try and save the day for TNT.
Well, it was a game wherein there was a definite energizer bunny here for the Rain Shine Las Vegas, and that is none other than Adrian Noko. Fearless in the drives, and not only that, coach, he scores in important moments for Raiders.
And that's what makes Adrian Noko really special. This former Mapua Cardinal has taken the PBA by storm. From an exciting player to a big-time player, especially here in the Final Four. And his numbers will tell you he has been the most consistent local scorer for the last two painters. The leading rebounder as well here in the semifinal series. But more than that, the ability to play well in clutch moments makes him distinct and a large reason why he has gotten a lot of minutes here in the semifinals.
Scored half his points in that fourth quarter. Talk about timely. But for more on these two teams, we have Bea Escudero joining us on the sidelines. Bea, take it away.
Follow Coach Ronnie. According to Coach Kaloy Garcia, there were a few things that gave Rainer Shine the upper hand against TNT and ultimately a fighting chance still in this series. For one, he commended the team for doing much better in transition, which he admits will continue to be key going up against the Tropang Giga. Second was their efficiency from beyond the arc. And lastly, their assist count. Coach Kaloy did mention, however, that with their past games all being winnable, it's a matter of understanding that the only way to tie the series tonight is going to boil down on the consistency. In his words, and I quote, "The story and reminder is that a single quarter loss will cost us the game, so we must stay intact and push through to stay in this series." Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you so much, Bea Escudero, with that report. Let's see if Rainer Shine could work on all those points. But let's take a look at TNT Tropang Giga here, Coach, because this time, RHJ will not be going into this game in a fasted state. That is because the game is later. Here it's the second game of our doubleheader, and he does not need to fast for the first half anymore.
That's
so
right.
He could actually come out a bit stronger in this game in particular compared to our
a
last
bit
game.
stronger, perhaps even better than what he has shown. It's been less than outstanding and amazing for TNT. Not just this conference, but all throughout the time that he has been playing for this franchise. Omnipresent in terms of scoring, the leader of the band. He has done a lot, but those numbers is not enough to justify the value that he brings to the table for Tropang Giga. But you know what? He has to do a lot more without Jason Castro. And that has to start here in game number 4 of this semifinal series.
We'll talk about Jason Castro's absence a bit more in just a few, but for now, let's turn it over to the floor to find out who the starters are.
Our second game for this evening features game number 4 of the best of 7 semifinal series between the Rain and Shine Elasto Painters and the TNT Tropang Giga. Let us now meet the starters first for the Rain and Shine Elasto Painters. Point guard from Lumban, Quezon, number 14, Andre Caracot. Shooting guard from Tondo, Manila, number 1, Adrian Noko. Small forward from Calasiao, Pangasinan, number 5, King Norwood. Power forward from Lapu-Lapu City, number 25, Leonard Santillan. And center is the Elasto Painters import, number 9, Dion Thompson. Coaching the Elasto Painters is Yen Kiao. It's now time to meet the starters for the TNT Tropang Giga. Point guard from Cebu City, number 13, Brian Heruela. Shooting guard from Siyato, Negros Oriental, number 8, Calvin Octana. Small forward from Talisay City, Cebu, number 16, R.R. Pogoy. Power forward from Cebu, number 21, Kelly Williams. And at center, it's a Tropang Giga's import, number 24, Ronde Hollis Jefferson. Coaching the Tropang Giga is Chuck Reyes. Game officials are Romel Gruta, Jerry.
This is the Echoes of War. It is game number 4 in the semifinal series. Let's take a look at the starts here for Coach Yang Giao. Adrian Nocum going to be the star guy we're watching out for. Of course, on the other end, Brian Heruela getting the first shot at the point guard duties here for the TNT Tropang Giga. Romel Gruta leads the charge here for our officials here for game number 4 between Rain or Shine and TNT. And this tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Hello and welcome to the show. Welcome to the Big Dome. I'm Paulo De Rosario, alongside Coach Ronnie Magsano. It is Bea Escudero joining us on the sidelines. And Brian Heruela will have the first crack at quarterbacking duties here for Coach Chot Reyes. And this feels like it is an issue that has been exacerbated by the fact na wala si Jason Castro.
Oh, but they had 2.5 days to prepare for game number 4, the longest in between matches. And this is the decision that comes to. Heruela has more experience, of course, than Jello Roson. Batak will have to play the Jason Castro role, which is an off-the-bench playmaker for tonight's game number 4.
And that was a near highlight there for Adrian Nocum, but Calvin Oftana gets on the board first. Coach, you also have to take a look at that last game for a guy like Calvin Oftana. Subpar for Calvin in the last one. When you take a look at the expectations for him, he scored 13 points, 5 of 11 from the field. And the only reason why I say that is subpar is because our standard for Calvin Oftana is higher than that.
No doubt. A national player who has been the #1 scorer for TNT in the last 2 conferences. At least had 22 points and almost 70% shooting from the 3-ball in that game 1 win. But he played tired in the last 2 matches and it showed. Galing ito sa national team, lumaban sa Qatar, naglaro sa FIBA window. But in this time of the season, there will be no excuses and he will be called upon once again to be at his best as they try to stay 2 games clear against Rain or Shine should they prevail in today's matchup.
It's also interesting to see that Rain or Shine are actually starting Adrian Nocum because normally he does come off the bench for Coach Yengel. A bit of an impact player off the bench from time to time.
Well, nag-iba yung rotation ni Coach Sheng after that game 1 loss.
Yeah.
Even the minutes. No? Normally, 20 minutos lang niyang mga yan. Pero ngayon, nakadiin kay Chongson, nakadiin kay Nocum. Although in this game, it's Santillan earning the nod together with Gabe Norwood to be starters here in game number 4.
Kelly Williams comes away with the rebound as Rain or Shine are still scoreless here, nearing the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. Here's Calvin Oftana on the move, working against Thompson. The extension not quite working out.
Good catch coming from Thompson after he beat the primary defender. Oftana looking offensive-minded to start this contest.
Thompson gets going here, attacking Kelly Williams, putting in a place where he had no business trying to stop it.
Well, let's remind everyone, the big reason why Coach Sheng Giao took Thompson in is to match up with June Fajardo eventually. But with no Junmar Fajardo here in the semis, Thompson definitely has the advantage in terms of playing inside.
Ronnie Hollis Jefferson with a very familiar fadeaway J. Leon Thompson handing it off to Santillan. Happy birthday, by the way, to Leonard Santillan.
And
Gian Mamuya.
Correct.
Both of them.
Birthday brothers.
Yes. And I asked Santi, how old are you? Sabi niya 21. Hindi ko naniniwala.
Bakit?
Kasi you can't get drafted in PBA na 21 eh. Or you don't normally get drafted in PBA at 21 rather.
But that's his answer.
Oh, that's his answer. So, sige, happy 21st, Santi Santillan. UAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Pilipinas Live because legends start here.
Nakakatawa naman, no? Yung isa, birthday ngayon, Tubong Lasal. Birthday ngayon, galing Ateneo.
Yeah. Itong si Gian Mamuya, honest siya. Sinabi niya 26 years old daw siya.
Mga 27 siguro si Santi.
Maybe. Bea Escudero has report for us. Bea.
Other than the fact that they did miss the veteran presence of Jason Castro and his ability to read the game, especially down the stretch, Coach Sandy Arespacochaga credits Rain or Shine for the way that they adjusted well defensively in the 4th quarter of Game 3. As he put it, on our end, we need to anticipate their defensive adjustments better as a team. But other than that, our team turnovers were a big factor as well. Well, for Coach Sandy, there will be key points for tonight. 1, the turnovers, as mentioned. If it does happen, they must do better limiting those fast break opportunities. Second, the rebounds as to avoid the Elasto Painters to thrive on those second chance points. And lastly, polishing on their defensive execution as a unit. Paulo and Coach Ronnie, back to you guys.
Thanks so much for that report. That was Bea Escudero. You know, it's easier said than done, Coach, because it feels like every single game there's a moving part here that needs to be addressed.
That's true.
As we take a look at this, Calvin Oftana
continues to attack the defense of Adrian Nocum, hopefully to get points, of course, for TNT and perhaps gain or extract a follow two from Adrian Noko.
Well, Noko was able to get a good block there. He's one of those players with a distinct sense of timing in terms of his blocking as our Pogoi gets going.
Oh, wide open.
And an easy two here for Eden Noko when Gamr apologizes, saying that was on him.
Anytime you play rain or shine, you have to be the first one to sprint down, protect the interior, and defend the restricted zone, or else they'll run you to the ground.
Here's Kelly Williams. Finding Brian Heruela. One of the better playmakers in the league. Very underrated playmaker, actually. Brian Heruela.
Played with Junmar Pardo, of course, in Cebu during his college years. And has been around the PBA. Very cerebral playmaker as well.
Well, there was a time in his career when he was with Blackwater, he actually is one of the leaders in terms of assists in the league.
Quality point guard.
As Ronde Hollis Jefferson gets a basket and one.
Their own version of the running game. TNT, 12 fast break points in that game 3 loss. But points of turnovers, they were -9. They gave up 19, scored only 10. Yet they turned the ball over only 11 times. But Rain or Shine was even better. 9 turnovers in 48 minutes. That's simply amazing.
Ronde Hollis Jefferson for point number 5. Gets someone involved. Ronde Hollis Jefferson in this first quarter, not even halfway through, already has 5 points. In the first half of the last game, Coach, he had 6 points in total.
Correct. And that's the value of Kailan Chongson, who has really played him well. Remember, Chongson did not play in that series last conference against TNT.
And Thompson will go line to shoot 2. Actually, Coach Yang Giao did reference that in the post-game press conference, saying that they didn't have a Kailan Chongson last time they played.
Curtis Caff was not able to see action in the deepest part of the eliminations all the way to the playoffs. Rain or Shine took 31 free throws, I believe, in that game 3 win. Made 21.
There is the first there coming from Thompson.
Yes.
And not the greatest free throw shooter.
But gets to the line because it puts a lot of pressure on the bigs, the local bigs of TNT by attacking in the post. Consistent as well, especially here in the semis.
Has to be, especially against a guy like RHJ.
Correct. 70 points, 45 rebounds so far in the first 3 games of the semis.
Here's our Pogoy. RHJ. Oh, loses the handle. Here's Ante Carapot. Almost a double. Adrian Noko. The ball finds its way to Heruela. TNT has advantage. Pogoy able to get that ball. And missed opportunities there for TNT, Coach.
They're trying to run. Get easier looks.
Our Pogoy, 21 points in his last game. He was one of the guys earmarked to really step up in terms of scoring without Jason Castro.
Yes.
Switching defense here right now for TNT, and Thompson misses from the jumper.
Thompson struggled from the field in the first 24 minutes of that game 3 win. But in the last 2 quarters, he was outstanding, scoring heavy baskets down the clutch minutes.
Aftana against Adrian Noko, settles for 3, can't get that ball.
Very nice matchup between Noko and Aftana.
Yeah. Completely different types of defenders and physicality. And, they say styles make fights.
Correct.
Here's Santillan.
Way off.
Because it's his birthday, I'll forget about that. Here's Brian Heruela.
More to come. Hopefully, in terms of making shots.
Here's Gamr working against Noko. Kelly Williams. Off the fake, off the dribble, attacking Ante Carapot, and maybe perhaps could have used his size a bit more.
Good cross match advantage for Rain or Shine.
Good switching here for TNT, though. As Thompson gets a turnaround J anyway.
Switch came at that late. Thompson had better position. Once again, when he spins, it's tough to really close out and defend because of that wide body and that soft touch from mid-range.
Low-scoring game here, Coach. 11 points so far for both teams.
Yung sinasabi ko na yung Rain or Shine. Nag-iba, nag-paradigm shift. Dumidepensa rin talaga, lalong-lalo na in the last 2 games.
Well, when you go up against a team like TNT, if you don't defend, you're going to get burned. Especially when guys in our Pogoy get hot.
You have to play the game of TNT, one of the toughest defending teams in the last 2 conferences at least.
Now Brian Haruela with his hand extended gets a foul on Carajo. Brian Haruela doing good job quarterback here for TNT early on.
Solid.
And time called here for TNT with a 2-point lead with 5 minutes and 17 left to play. Let's take a little bit of reinforcement here. Dion Thompson of the Rain and Shine Alaska Painters, 14 points in the second half, only 5 in the first. And they needed him to improve, coach, because RHJ also up to scoring that second half. If he did not improve, things could have been different. Bea Escudero has more stories for us.
That's right, Paolo. In Game 3, we witnessed quite a slow start for Rain or Shine's import Dion Thompson, who produced only 5 points in the first half, like what you said, and in the end producing under 20 points the whole match. Well, Dion was quick to admit that fatigue has been a factor for him, considering the grueling schedule of the semifinals. However, fatigue aside, he was thrilled that him and the rest of the team took that win, as he said that it's finally time that the momentum shifts over to their side. Well, for Dion, it boils down to a few things. One, changing their dynamic and communication as a unit, and second, being more active, as he says that has been what is lacking for them in this series. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bea Escudero. As Caden Thompson makes his introduction to the game and immediately already asked to defend RHJ 1-1.
Nice.
Technical 3.
Does not have a strong shooting game here in the series. Can erupt anytime. Has been the premier guard for Coach Giga, but has had to play the backup role as of late, with the way coaching has shuffled his rotation.
And in this conference so far, this semifinals rather, he's been shooting 2 of 10 from beyond the arc here on 100 Caracas. But there's good reply here coming from TNT.
Coming from Oftana specifically. Good start here for Calvin Oftana in terms of offense. Has had a slow start in the last 2 games for TNT after erupting for 22 points. Excellent shooting clip in that Game 1 win.
Stingray ng Batak in the game for the first time. And, a lot of people would have assumed that maybe Ray ng Batak would be the guy to really step up in the absence of Jason Castro. But then, to be completely fair, Coach, it was a bit of a disappointment the last game coming from Ray.
Not just in the last game, even in the wins in the first 2 matches of the semis, his numbers have been down. Assist count, shooting percentage, scoring, all are down. But right now, we can look behind that. But has to be better from this moment onwards hanggang matapos yung kanilang kampanya dito sa conference na ito.
Ray ng Batak averaging only 3 points per game.
Very low for his standard.
Yeah, this semifinals. And take a look at his assist numbers, only 2.3
Down
per game as well.
And they're missing about 19 points from Jason Castro, 88% shooting from the 3 ball. And in terms of playmaking in assist count.
And there's a turnover here as you have Adrian Nopum on the attack fight again. And choked on the block from RHJ. RHJ keeps the possession alive and came out in, absorbs the foul, and Coach Jot Reyes applauding his boys.
And that's the rallying point. RHJ has to do more. This is not doing more. Then what more can you ask for? 2 blocks per game. Assist count, always way up there. Rebounding, always present. Game management, outstanding for Jefferson.
Just a reminder that RHJ at the NBA level, already a great defensive player.
Exactly.
What more here on this stage?
And has embraced that role for this franchise. And the result, 2 championships in the last 2 years, 2 best import awards likewise in the last 2 years.
That's going to be a loose ball foul against RHJ, it looks like.
Against Johnson, was been trying to be the kryptonite of Jefferson.
Well, easier said than done, coach.
But he did well.
Yes, he did.
He did well in the last match. Hitting local scorer, hitting big shots down the stretch, and the tough defense against Jefferson. Once he can score in the 40 to the 50-point level, should he really wreak havoc against his primary defenders?
Again, RHJ is a practicing Muslim, so he does observe fasting during the Ramadan period. What happened was in the first 2 quarters, he only scored 6 points and then broke his fast during the halftime break, and he ended up scoring around 28 points the second half. That's just the type of explosion he's capable.
Yes.
And Reyna Bata matching his averages here, getting his three-pointer to go in the first quarter.
First 3-point basket for Nambata, not just in this game, but here in the series. And this is something that TNT will try to be better in today's match, as they were outshot from the 3 ball in that game 3 loss.
5-point lead here for TNT as they aim to pad on this one. Reyna Bata. Stop pop J, no good. Aiden Malcolm gets a rebound.
2 possessions, 1 out of 2. And a 5-point lead for the white shirts of TNT.
Aiden Malcolm, the spin. Oh, getting free of Anna. And that would have been a pretty highlight. Came out in. Figured that out, and at that time, got caught in the air and found no one there to help him.
Turnovers mounting for these two teams.
And you got to be careful about the pace here, especially if you're TNT, because Rain and Shine are very comfortable at running the ball.
They have the longer rotation.
Thompson, that's his shot.
Automatic, mid-range master at work. Again, bringing the defense close to the rim and then turning away from the defense and knocking in another mid-range shot. 8 for Thompson, the first 16, 50% of their total output. Very smart in getting to his shooting spots.
Timeout here for ROS with a minute and 9 left here in the first half. Great game here so far. Bit of a back and forth with TNT up by 3. Si Rain ang Batak at the end of the elimination was averaging around 10 points per game. But then this has not been the match for him. This has not been the series for him so far.
But
3 points per game.
This is the best chance for him to show that he is more than those numbers. And we know for a fact that he really is more value than those numbers that you showed earlier.
Bea Escudero has more for us. Bea.
Paulo, you mentioned it. We haven't seen the usual numbers of Reyna Batak in the series as he averages 3 points per game. According to Ray, since the absence of Jason Castro, he admits that talagang nabigla siya sa scenario ng team. And he described that he wasn't exactly prepared with what happened. And ultimately, the pressure got to him. Well, knowing it's not easy to fill in the shoes of the Blur, it's about realizing that doing so takes more than just one person. In his words, the past few days, I watched replays of the series and the series of the Governor's Cup. And listing down everything, the one thing I need to change is my lack of aggressiveness on the offensive end. Back to you guys.
Well, nagdidang anghel si Bea Escudero because as she was reporting, Reyna Batak buried that triple that you just saw.
And that's the best thing about having that longer in-between game rest. Had time to sleep, 1, 2, had time to watch. Last conference, all the way to the series. More importantly, had time to pray and embrace the role that he now has for this franchise throughout remaining games of this conference and next Philippine Cup as well.
Well, let's take a look at Dion Thompson's numbers again. 14 points in the second half for Dion
Because
Thompson.
it was the local firepower that
Yeah.
came into play in the first two quarters.
And especially this guy, Coach, itong si
Gabe
Dion
Norwood.
Thompson.
Gabe Norwood,
Yeah.
Asisio, Santi Santilla knocking in first up 3-pointers that kept them afloat when Dion Thompson was still struggling to find this offensive groove.
Here's our Fogoy. Operating pick and roll with Boy Era. Kenneth Johnson defending him here. Here's Nabata against Anton Asisio. Nabata, uses that pick perfectly, but it's not.
Very aggressive, trying to get the shots off. 5 points off the bench for Ray Nabata. Well, 6 points off the bench, by the way.
Thompson can get 3 to go. Boy Era has a rebound. Nabata, getting away from Cecil with that dribble. But they recycle. Fogoy against Johnson. Big double shown by Thompson. Boy Era to the corner, great ball movement. And Nabata with a little fake, a little bump, and he'll go shoot 2 at the expense of Jonah Clarito.
Excellent closeout counter coming from Nambata. Hit a 3-ball earlier, force the defense to close out.
And
Close out long rather.
And the nice thing about a guy like Ray Nambata is that it feels like his game has matured to the point where it feels like his drives are more controlled. I remember watching him when he started out in PBA.
For rain or shine.
Yeah, for rain or shine, grabe yung attacks niya. Now, our 50th won't be complete without you. Help us find you, PBA. Calling all former PBA players and officials. Call or text our staff, Hazel, at 0968-253-5050 or Rosel at 0968-447-1975 for the PBA at 50 homecoming reunion na. Naka-register na po si Coach Ronnie Magsano.
Pwede Viper?
I think pwede. Try natin. Palitan niyo po. Coach, kung pwede yung Viper. Now, John Clarito down on the ground here after a bit of a collision.
Yes.
Looks like they're all okay, though. It's part of the game.
Part of the game. As the series draws, or rather moves deeper, the physicality escalates as expected.
Let's take a look at this again. They're just getting tangled up with Boy Era.
Has not scored in double figures in the first 3 games of the series, but his value is more than just scoring.
So
A very rugged defender as well.
RJ had to go to the locker room, and we just saw him walk back. And it looks like he's in the green here, so nothing to worry about. So we'll expect to see him back in short order here. But in that time, Rain or Shine have been trying to trim this deficit.
Still down by 5 at this stage.
I'll take a look at the TNT Tropang Giga. Their big sleeve was at 7. Rain and Bata misses badly. Point wide right, Boy Adam there, 2 picks up though.
Best player, one of the first 2 wins for TNT here in the series. Double figures in the last 2 games for TNT.
Nice. So the seizure right there, right place, right time, scoring. And just trimming the deficit justified. The big C was at 7, made sure that it did not stay there for too long. Rain or Shine giving chase here to TNT Tropang Giga 26-21 after a good start here for the TNT Tropang Giga despite the absence of a certain Jason Castro. 26-21. We'll be right back after a short break.
Umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilas ng lingas, perlas sa silangan, lalo umangas, lalo tumalas. Inuhuna sa labahan, ang pate,
Hoping we can push this series into a long series. Gusto namin umabot ng 7 games eh. We're physically and mentally prepared to play 7 games in this series. That's what we're hoping kung makarating doon. But for now, isa-isa muna. You win one, that means you're going to have to play at least 5 games. We win another one, that means you're going to have to play another 6 games. The longer it takes, the better for us.
The longer it takes, the better for us. And Coach Yang, I think with all his experience throughout his career, probably understands that more than most. Coach, when you hear someone believe that habang tumatagal yung serye, mas malaki chance na manalo, what does that really mean?
Simply put, I believe that they have seen that even in the first 2 losses, discrepancy and disparity are very small. The margin of victory was very small. It boiled down to the winning moments, the clutch times. And this is a young unit. All Coach Yang was waiting for was for this young unit to mature and fast track the process. Learning experience will come, and the more that you play, the better you become, especially in this type of semifinal series.
You know, Rain or Shine under Coach Yang Yao, it feels like they have been improving every single game,
solid roster.
every single season in conference. This feels like a completely different team, even though a lot of the faces are familiar, similar to their last series against TNT, where they lost 4 games to 1.
Right. They only won game 3 of that 7-game series. That's why right now it's a must-win for them to try and send the semifinal series back to square one. Points off the bench, nearly 40 points for Rain or Shine in that game 3 win. So the Cisco had 12 of those avalanche of bench scoring coming from their last opponent.
Antonio, of course, has been one of the players who, for Coach Yang Yao, has been scoring in bunches from time to time, and almost sometimes a quiet way. As it will be Rain or Shine ball yet again.
And of course, is a dead shot from the 3 ball. Look at this spin cycle move coming from Oftana, holding his pivot. No extra step. Excellent start. Now with 9 first points.
Will now be an offensive foul against the TNT Tropang Giga. Coach Chotre is not happy. In fact, Coach Chotre was happy rather that the call was made. Let's take a look at that again. Bit of a hold there.
Turnovers hurting Rain or Shine at this point of the match. They only had 9 in 48 minutes in that game 3 win. Here after the first 12 minutes, already with 6 turnovers.
Arpo Boy couldn't get it to go, and offensive rebounding working here for the TNT Tropang Giga.
Points inside the paint. At least 12 already for TNT, and that's why they have exploded for 30 points with this much time remaining here in quarter 2.
4 offensive rebounds, 6 second chance points so far for TNT. And that gets a friendly bounce there for Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson, who was the local leading scorer in the last game, gets his first 2.
At 18 points, that game 3 win. 10 perimeter points so far fired by Rain or Shine, but still behind by 4 points.
And Batak in and out, and the struggles continue here. He hit a couple of early threes, but since then has been a bit difficult once again. Here's Johnson. He knew that was a miss, and he gets his own rebound and gets the basket and 1.
Look at the reaction of Coach Reyes. Blackout. Disallow Johnson. From this showing us how strong and crafty he is. Look at the landing and then the quick takeoff. And that's a Johnson showcase.
Just a reminder also, if you're the shooter, you typically know if the shot's going in or not. Yes. And Johnson, first one there.
Second chance. An offensive rebound.
Well, he missed a 3 a while ago, but he still gets a 3-point play.
Rain or Shine. +7 in second chance scoring in that game 3 win. 17 against 10 versus the Tropang Giga.
Pupuntin with the handoff to Calvin Oftana. Oftana off the dribble, working on Chong, so that's good defense. And Oftana unable to get the finish. You gotta admire the defense of Kalen Johnson. He's able to stop most people put in front of him. True. Cisco trying to dictate traffic here. Thompson thinking about taking on RHJ. A couple of bumps. The turnaround is good for Dion Thompson.
Single coverage, not a problem for Dion Thompson. No first 2 quarter struggles. Right now is in double digits.
Oh, left wide open there. Calvin Oftana gets a basket and 1.
Definitely TNT has the advantage in that matchup against Gian Mamuya. Taller, perhaps as fast, good close-out counter and that gamble play by Mamuya.
This best move of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Montana now has 13 first half points.
Well, there's a head coach's challenge here by Coach Giga. Let's see if this has any legs to stand on. Well, at least based on our viewing, real time, when we saw it a while ago, not quite sure if there's going to be much of a difference, but Coach Giga was closer. So let's see if he has a point.
7 points for Montana in the first quarter. So far, 6 here. If that basket will count, and be in a position to complete a bonus play.
Calvin Oftana, of course, our stands for him are so high. That's the only reason why I felt that it was a bit of a disappointing performance for him in this semifinal series. But Coach, you take a look at what he brings to the table. A lot of shooting. It's the length on defense.
The clutch plays.
It's the clutch play.
The rebounding.
And he's a 3-level scorer.
True.
This is a time to make a decision here.
What you like about him is that he has won on every level.
He's won in college, he's won in the PBA, he's even won at the Gigas Pilipinas level. It was a crucial part of that Asian Games gold medal run.
And also one of the front runners for the best player of the conference. Together, of course, with the number one, with the pace setter, which is Arben Tolentino of Northport, Batangas, who incidentally won earlier against the Barangay in Evergreen Kings to turn the series into a 3-1 count right now.
Well, he had a great bounce back game after a disappointing series about Arben Tolentino. And eventually the decision has been made as we're seeing the replay here. Of course, they see multiple angles, by the way, so whatever you see. It's a successful challenge for the Rainier Shine Last Painters. Oh. So I believe it's just accounted 2 points from Calvin Oftana and no extra free throws.
Okay.
At least that's what the score has led us to believe. Deion Thompson, dribble handoff to Antonio Ciscio. Finding Thompson again. RHJ right in front of him. He likes working his way into the paint, and that's been a difficult shot to stop. And RHJ with another foul. That's foul number 2.
Now remember that Jefferson, during that game to win, was disqualified because of 6 personal fouls with 5 minutes remaining until eventually Jason Castro was also hurt at the 3-minute mark. But the good thing about TNT, as far as the fact that they did not score in the last 6 minutes, they were able to hold on and win by 2 points at 93-91.
And that was a game definitely predicated on defense, as the coach Sean Reyes now with the challenge here, trying to preserve the foul count of Aronde Hollis Jefferson, which has been a bit of an issue for in this series in particular.
Especially now with the lineup that they have, wherein Kubutin plays the 4 spot. So it's RHJ taking on Ian Thompson. And you don't want, of course, Jefferson to be saddled and beleaguered in the first half alone with a lot of time remaining here in quarter 2.
And the thing is that Coach Yen Biao, I'm sure, has intentionally put Deion Thompson and RHJ at the post because he knows that Thompson might have a bit of the size advantage and length advantage.
That's their best plus, really.
And puts RJ in an uncomfortable situation from them.
Normally, it's not RHJ was the primary defender.
Yes.
But there's no Kelly Williams and no Boy Aram inside, so there's no choice but to put Jefferson right now to try and contain Thompson.
Unsuccessful challenge, so RHJ will have 2 fouls here early in the second quarter.
And still stays on as the defender of Deion Thompson.
Well, if you get a 3rd foul, your RHJ, that might cause a bit of problems. Deion Thompson, the shot no good.
Good contest by Kubutin.
Yes, coming from behind and not fouling as well. Oftana trying to get free of a Ciscio. Pogoy led perfectly by the pass.
But Pogoy did the right thing, get space.
Yes.
And then wait for the pass. Playing off the ball.
And also made sure that his defender was on his back.
Correct. That's experience for you.
Jonah Clarito, 3-point lead still for TNT. This is the matchup Deion Thompson wants. Against RHJ, the little bump is good.
Unstoppable. And he's that close to the basket. Again, 5 points in the first 2 quarters in that game 3 win. Here in game number 4, 12 of the first 33.
Tana. Attacking Dion Thompson. Goes finds our Pogloy. Tana again. Short shot clock. He's going to think about it. He pulls up for 3. In and out. Jim Muya, the birthday boy, attacking RHJ, and that's a pretty finish.
That's a good idea. Muya, but how come Muya ended up with Jefferson? That is the bigger question. Again, transition defense has been a concern for Coach Chotres.
You know, we talk about the fast break points and how comfortable Rain or Shine are. There's some fast break points in this game so far. They definitely piled it up. They're already at 10 fast break points. Here's our Pogoy, who drains a triple.
Lost coverage for Thompson. Got to pay attention to RR Pogoy, who drilled 20 plus points in that
9 points now.
Already?
Yes, for our Pogoy.
No layup rule for Pogoy.
That is foul number 3 on Ronde House Jefferson.
That was the cause for concern.
There's the hole. You can see it there.
Oh, yes.
Holding to the arm.
And once again, the primary offense, Mamuya, at least Joe putting pressure on the transition defense of TNT. And this came after a made basket. Tropang Giga.
And you know how clear that foul was when you see RHJ actually grimacing in guilt, saying that it was on him.
2 fouls in under a minute and a half.
Mamuya, the feed to Thompson. The push shot, that's a bit too strong, and that's going to be a needless foul from Thompson.
First team foul and first personal foul for Thompson.
And Thompson knew that was perhaps a lapse of concentration there. Just couldn't help but try tapping that away.
One thing I really like about Thompson, aside from the numbers that he has put in, is the demeanor that he brings for this franchise. Lunchtime, early part, doesn't change. Very good with his teammates. Very good teammate.
Tana, turnaround Jay. Okay, Mamuya comes away with the rebound. There's Gia. Tana right in front of him. Trying to take him off the dribble. A few bucks, a basket and 1.
How many layups has TNT given up? They were up by 6 earlier. They have allowed Rain or Shine a lot of primary offensive looks. And again, no advantage in numbers. Just a big challenge right now to their ability to contain and defend one-on-one against the quick guards of the Elasto Painters.
You know, we talked about it a while ago, Coach, how if this becomes a run game, Rain or Shine will have a bit more of an advantage. We're seeing it
Sa haba ng rotation nila.
Yeah. And the transition defense just hasn't been at the level required for TNT.
Something that they have to be able to adjust as the game goes along, as Razon once again gets a feel of play of basketball. A quality player, of course, for the Perpetual Altas, trying to follow the footsteps of Scotty Thompson, among others.
Oh, those are huge footsteps, Coach.
And Bong Hawkins, of course.
Even also huge footsteps, Coach. And you know, the thing with Razon is that he is gaining more experience here, and he's being thrust into a pressure cooker.
But really, it's a 2 guard.
Yes.
A shooting guard. But let's see if he's up to the challenge here.
We've seen TNT have different configurations in terms of ball carriers. RHJ bailed out there by the foul from Johnson. Short shot clock.
3 fouls in all. Will continue to be aggressive. Coach Chotres trusts the decision-making of Jefferson to stay away from a possible 4th foul with over 6 minutes remaining here in the first half.
RHJ gets the first of 2. 38-37 here.
5 points in quarter 1. 10 minutes for Jefferson in that first quarter run that saw them lead 26-21 after the first 12 minutes.
2 free throws are good there for TNT. Karakot to Johnson. Refused the handoff. Johnson. Kelly Williams now has some defending to do. Remember, it's now not RHJ who's the primary defender. They give it back. Thompson with a turnaround and a feed from Johnson.
Very good decision coming from Johnson. Johnson to Thompson. Another basket. Mid-range conversion ties the count at 39 apiece.
Also a tongue twister. Thompson to Thompson. Here's our Bogoy. Turn around.
I like
That's
that
good.
move. Attacking the defense of Mamuyak. Mamuyak has been punishing them in transition. Why not do the same? Force it to defend. Perhaps get a foul or two.
Well, in terms of that matchup, as Thompson left open for three, no good. In terms of that matchup, our Bogoy, we all know, is a great player with his back to the basket. And when he has that size advantage over the opposing
Size
guard,
and depth advantage.
he's going to try and make the pay. Mismatch here. Kelly Williams has on Gian Mamuya.
Nice ball.
Oh, great jab step. And Kenneth Johnson couldn't stop RHJ.
Ball movement for TNT. Rain or Shine had over nearly 30 assists in that game 3 win. TNT trying to flip the switch against the Elasto Painters.
Great steal coming from our Bogoy. Feeding Razon on the move. Oh, and what a block from Andre Caraco.
Excellent effort coming from Caraco.
Adrian Noko, unfazed by that. His bodies are on the floor. Our Bogoy accidentally takes out Andre. And Bogoy apologizing because he accidentally took out Andre Caraco at the ankle level.
Tremendous defensive effort coming from Caraco to deny Jello on his first 2 points of the semis.
43-39 with 4:19 left here in the first half. Don't go away. Things are heating up. Welcome back. You're still watching your PBA. Now we got a special guest joining us from the X's and O's studios. Here's another guy who really looks up to Coach Ronnie Magsano. We have Coach Nico Salva. Nico, let's take a look at what's happening right now for the TNT Tropang Giga. They are in the lead, but they are struggling trying to contain the running game of rain or shine. What do you feel they need to do to kind of take control of the tempo of the rest of this one?
Well, the Raiders are really putting an emphasis on pushing the ball, putting pressure on the transition defense of Talk and Tex. Talk and Tex has to get back, has to sprint back, also take care of the ball, avoid turnovers. And those turnovers are the ones that makes Rain or Shine lead into transition.
Thank you so much. That was Nico Salva. Let's see whether or not that can be controlled, as Adrian Noko has been a bit more forceful since his reintroduction here, Coach Ronnie. Of course, we have to say hello to all of our PBA family, still also watching us and joining us here on Pilipinas Live and on PBA Rush. Certain Coach Charles Chu is watching us and enjoying our coverage, Coach. Emphasis on enjoying our coverage.
Watching basketball as ever. Nocom so far has only scored 2 points. Close to 20 points per game, has been the number 1 local scorer for Rain or Shine throughout the series. And their best clutch there so far, especially in that game 3 win.
And the thing with Adrian Noko is that he typically doesn't necessarily have high scoring games as a, how do I say this, on an average basis, a per quarter basis. What he does have, he has an explosive 1 quarter that typically boosts his point total.
That's too easy for our Bogoy. On the switch, able to take out the defense of Thompson and go downhill and score once again. Bogoy now has 13 first half points.
Young Thompson answers back with 2 of his own. 13 points for Bogoy, 13 points, by the way, for Calvin Octana as well. Those are your leading local scorers here for the TNT Tropang Giga, alongside 8 points from Reynang Batak and 9 from RHJ.
And those 4 players that you mentioned 42 of the 45 points.
Came out in, and this is on the three-pointer that he literally had all day to take. And Adrian Noko with a more oohs and ahs again. And Johnson in the corner, no dice. Came out in, able to tap that to Razon. And Coach Sokre is wondering why there wasn't a foul on Thompson on that rebounding effort. Here's Bogoy. RHJ. Razon in the corner. Razon finding Bogoy in rhythm. That triple is good. Favor of Jonah Clarito, who has a bit more hefted physicality because Arpogoy has been feasting on Gian Mapuya. Quick break here, 48 to 43. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Big Dome here. 48 to 43 is the count. Let's take a look at RR Pogoy's numbers here. RR Pogoy, 16 points in this game so far, shooting 2 of 3 from beyond the arc and 5 of 6 from within it. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And this is the type of RR Pogoy that TNT needs, especially without a Jason Castro to steady the ship.
Another good shooting night by RR Pogoy for the second consecutive match.
Kelly Williams, RR Pogoy, and Pogoy with the miss there, a rare one, considering his percentages in this game so far.
Different defender though, Clarito.
Yeah.
Taller, heftier, and plays the same spot as Pogoy, wherein he was up against Mamuyak earlier, who is a regular two guard. Outweighed by a lot by RR Pogoy.
Kelly Williams. This is out, but then another opportunity, looking for their third chance here at the basket, talking about TNT. Arpo Goy swings it around. That's a 4 for Nambata, and they will go to the line to shoot 4.
Wow, goodness. That's a big one given up by Noko.
And Noko frustrated, saying that there was a kick out. Coach Yang Yao looking at Noko, perhaps trying to figure out if there should be a challenge or not.
That happened right in front of Coach Yang, by the way.
Yeah. So the fact that he did not raise his hands out for the challenge lets you know what he thinks about it.
chance to increase their lead to 9 points.
And for Rain Bata to see the ball go into the hoop. As we say that, commentators are really bad at that. True. Take a look at this again. Does Nocum have a point? Perhaps. Either way, saving the challenge.
Nine points so far for Reina Bata. And that is already tying his entire output for the semifinal series, by the way. In one single game. That's a good sign.
Very good sign here.
For the former Lasto painter.
And also have to credit here for Coach Shot Reyes for making sure that he has the opportunity, despite admittedly mixed results in shooting in this game here so far. Renan Batak shooting 2 of 6 from the field here today, but getting those free throws to go will definitely boost his numbers.
4 points in game 1, 3 points in game 2, 2 points in game 3 for Nambatak throughout the first 3 matches of the series.
Oh, great defense from Kelly Williams as Caracas with the turnover of Tana, finding our Bogoy, and Bogoy now with 18 points in this one. Makes it a 10-point game.
This is a big late run here in quarter 2 for TNT to turn a slight advantage into a double-digit spread before this second quarter is over.
It is now a 27-22 quarter in favor of TNT. Deion Thompson, big rebound, but lost it off the dribble. The ball will go back to TNT. Bit of a late collapse here coming from the Renaissance Last Raiders as it's a 30-second timeout. We will hold on to the air here as the TNT Tropang Giga will try to draw something up really quickly to make this an even more comfortable advantage. As we take a look at the series summary so far, TNT winning the first 2 games courtesy of great defense. 87.5 points per game in games 1 and 2.
Against the second best scoring team.
And that is always going to be a big deal. But then this is probably the key moment of this one with the blur, Jason Castro, out due to a knee injury. And with that, Rainer Shine took advantage out of the lack of personnel.
TNT really felt the absence of Jason Castro in that game 3 loss, especially in the clutch moments. Castro, one of the best players in the history of the PBA in terms of winning moments, playmaking, scoring, and the leadership that he brings day in, day out for this franchise in nearly 16 years.
Well, Coach, for the Ranger Shine Alaska Painters here, what really stood out in that Game 3 win was that there were so many local contributors in terms of scoring. True. Ken Johnson, Adrian Nopo, Asistio, Gabe Norwood.
Right.
But the problem now here is that there hasn't been one really sticking out in terms of helping Deion Thompson carry the cudgels here.
That's why they're behind by 10.
Not our Bogoy. Almost made it 13. And that'll do it for our first half with TNT using a late burst here in the second quarter to push their lead up to double digits in what has been a comfortable end towards that second quarter. But we all know you can never be too comfortable here in the PBA. The third quarter coming right up after this short break. Will the TNT Tropang Giga and RHJ expand their lead even further, or will rain or shine even things up and make this a more interesting series as we move forward? Third quarter coming right up after this short break. You're watching your PBA. This is the semifinals of the Commissioner's Cup. Castro drains it. Around 3-point country top of the game. 5 seconds to go. Castro puts it up. And he gets it first. There's Castro's second three of the game. Castro susubok ulit. Pwede naman. There he is again. He's feeling it. Yes. And there's, oh, I thought it was going to be a high pick by Kelly Williams. Oh, beautiful, the pass! Behind the head, he's doing everything. Calvin Oftana. That's an assist coming from Calvin Oftana. You see that drive, and then the focus of attacking the inside. Pakita natin dito, ito yung drive, and then behind the head, whoa! Nahanap niya si RJ wide open for that shot. Ball game after that. Pwedeng fire starter. Pero sa rambulan, yung starter ang kailangan mo ngayon. Oh, what a crossover! And a finish by RJ! You know when RJ Abarientos has that basketball, parang he's just 2 steps ahead. Rush by Rainer Shine. Amuya, Gasso dribble, penetrates, gets it to work.
Very good tentative, you know, even on the shot, itong si Nambata. Yan medyo nagmimikit. Parang hindi siya kumpinansado dun sa bitaw niya. Got the right moves, but he's not finishing well.
Si Mabuya, parang pusa. Ang dami. Daming galaw. Oh boy. Outside Jordan has had a great first half. Gets it, and he's in 10 digits.
He's just outplaying Nokum on the other end, and he's defending against. Actually, they're defending against each other.
Through his first 7 games, hindi pa ganun kaganda, just about 18% from the 3-point line. Hit the ball, wala pa doon. Oh, ankle breaker of a 3-pointer. Yun yung sinasabi ko eh. Is talaga yung paa mo with RJ Abarientos. He's just so shifty. So good at doing what he does. We need a dead ball situation, D. We need to see that again. Nagantay pa eh. Tignan ko may hahabol eh. Welcome back. You're still watching the semifinals here of the PBA, and our 50th rather, won't be complete without you. Help us find you. The PBA, calling all former PBA players and officials. Call or text our staff. Hazel at 0968-253-5050 or Rosel at 0968-447-1975 for the PBA at 50 homecoming reunion na. And of course, medyo na-distract ko doon. I said 40th kasi yung katabi ko po, one of the 40th greatest players of the PBA, Coach Ronnie Magsano.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven. Not a problem.
10-point lead here for the TNT Tropang Giga over the range on last minutes after 2 quarters of action here. And of course, once again, thank you very much for joining us. Our coach Paul De Rosario, alongside Coach Ronnie Magsano. Coach, that first 2 quarters rather, was emphasized by the running of Rain or Shine, but eventually TNT, courtesy of the high scoring of our Pugoy, really found a way to get their own rhythm.
Simply put, I believe that TNT's game plan is to go single coverage on Dion Thompson. Perhaps challenge Dion Thompson to try and beat them, but stay home on the locals and take away that wanted 3-point shooting that hurt them in that game 3 loss.
My stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. As we take a look at some of the numbers here, 10 points of turnovers. Coach TNT have been running the ball better, but their ball security has not really worked out for them. They have double-digit turnovers here in the game so far, and rather, there are 9 turnovers so far, and it has been TNT who have been taking advantage. As we take a look at the leading scores as well. Coach Ryan Gregorio mentioned a while ago in the X's and O segment that the local scoring hasn't been present for Rain or Shine.
That's right. 3-point shooting has been a concern for them. Not much open looks simply because, as you mentioned earlier, only single coverage against Dion Thompson. They will have to get some hands off in transition to get their 3-point looks. While it's a big challenge for them to play better defense as TNT has attacked the matchups that Coach Yang used against them in that game 3 win. Bogoy, Octana, very aggressive, even ang bata. And with Jefferson, target saddled with 3 personal fouls, there was no stopping TNT as these 4 players accounted for 51 of the first 53 points to increase a precarious single possession lead to a 10-point margin to open up quarter number 3.
And the thing with the RHJ, Coach, is that he only played around 18 to 40 seconds of the 24 available. And we all know that that actually is a bit low here, considering how much RHJ does play. So they actually benefited from less minutes for Ronnie Halls Jefferson if you're talking about the Red Last Painters.
It's also about pacing himself. Remember that he was also tasked to defend Dion Thompson for quite a stretch. Therefore, he must have lost a bit of those legs. But you know for a fact that when push comes to shove, Jefferson is a willing takeover player for Coach Chot Reyes.
Winning takeover players, take a look at their semifinals averages here for both these gentlemen. And Ronnie Halls Jefferson actually scoring more, not as efficient. Let's take a look at the import matchup here today between Dion Thompson and, of course, Ronnie Halls Jefferson. Dion scoring a bit more, but has had more opportunities in general in this game.
Plus 8 in attempts. So Jefferson deferring to his local teammates who have shot the ball well, have scored on the inside, have delivered 3-point shots. But let's see, in the last 2 quarters, when he is the pressure reinforcement, what he can do to try and lift TNT to the 3rd win here in the series.
Well, TNT have been relying on their local scoring. The question now is, who can help out Dion Thompson here for the Rain or Shine and Last Raiders? In the last game, it was a combination of Adrian Locum and Kalen Chongson. They have to answer that here now, especially as they are staring at a 10-point deficit. Thompson to Mamuya, swing that around to Asisio. He'll try a triple. Oh, and he gets it. Great first possession here.
Well, first possession in the post, TNT doubles. We haven't seen that much in terms of a defensive scheme. Asisio makes them pay, knocking in his first 3-ball, 3-point basket, number 3, or number 4 only for Rain or Shine.
Calvin Octana going strong inside, attacking the defense of Santillan.
Aggression written all over the face of Calvin Octana. Nambata Kenara Bogoy, moving well without the basketball. And again, the spin cycle move, going for a high percentage look.
Let's take a look at that again. Then again for himself here, 15 points. Looking for point number 16 with the free throw here.
That's correct. 22 points. That game 1 win. Under 10 points. That game 2 loss. 13 in that game 3. Rather in that game 2 win. 13 in that game 3 loss. But shooting numbers have been down right now. That is not the case. Rupting with 16 points earlier in the third.
Leon Thompson attacking RHJ again, and he has found a lot of joy operating in the post against RHJ.
True. Against someone who is saddled and beleaguered with 3 personal fouls.
You know, you get another foul here on RHJ. It might be a bit difficult for him here and for Coach Chot Reyes. But so far, again, it has been story of the local stepping up here for Coach Chot.
Wow.
As Calvin Octana doesn't care who's in front of him. That time Keith Datu.
Going right, not a problem. Going left, no worries for Calvin Octana. 4 points, 2 possessions. Cherry scoring honors with Pogoy, both players with 18 points apiece.
So far, it's been Calvin Octana's quarter here. Keith Datu, he has that shot in his locker, and he provides a triple.
And a big reason why Rain or Shine prevailed over TNT in game number 3, 3-point shooting.
Well, the 3-point shooting wasn't in the side of Rain or Shine in the first half. They shot a woeful 23.1%, Coach. That's 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. As Calvin Octana couldn't show them how it's done.
They had 12 made 3-point baskets. That's 36 points of their total output to outshot itong team ng TNT in that game 3 win.
Mamuyak beating Thompson. Thompson in and out with a jumper. 7-point lead here. TNT were up by 10 at the start of the half. RHJ finding Brian Heruela, the assigned starting quarterback here for Coach Chot Reyes.
Nice.
Oh, great feed to RHJ. That was picture perfect. Did we not say that Brian Heruela is such a good playmaker?
True. May not be a big time scorer, but definitely in terms of playmaking, he can get the job done for TNT.
Muyak finding Thompson and getting the foul from Kelly Williams. That'll be the first foul here of TNT, and they will send Dion Thompson to the free throw line.
In losing Jason Castro, TNT not just lost their best local scorer, but their best pick and roll player. Someone who can set up the transition attacks of RHJ, the 3-point shots of Octana and RR Pogoy, and then execute the pick and roll plays, the 2-man game to perfection.
Bea Escudero has more for us. Bea.
Following Coach Ronnie for Rain or Shine, Coach Yang Yao took the time to remind the players of just how important this game is for them in this series. Coach Koloy mentioned that for one, considering RHJ's output in the first half, they cannot allow TNT's locals to take control of the game. Second, with regard to their 3-point output, he expressed that it's a matter of making sure that this second half, they choose better spots and make the right shots. And lastly, taking better care of the ball, as TNT has been capitalizing on Rain or Shine's turnovers. Now, gentlemen, just a quick update on John Narcarito. He was complaining about pain on his plantar. They are currently managing this. They gave him meds, taped his foot, and he will try to play later on. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bea Escudero. And any athlete who has a plantar issues will tell you right now how uncomfortable that is. As that's a wild shot, RJ, but falls to Kelly Williams. RJ will try again.
Multiple possessions in one offensive sequence. I saw that already in the first 2 quarters, something that continues to haunt and hurt the Elasto Painters up to this point.
And you go 3-1 up here for TNT. It's going to be a very difficult proposition for them. Talking about Rain or Shine. Jin Mamuyak attacking and losing the handle off the drive. Well, we'll stay with the red shirts here.
That's a good catch coming from Kelly Williams. As RR Pugoy gambled for a reach in. What about Kelly Williams? Not just the second chance, but that setup job for the streaking Jefferson.
Thompson with a big rebound, extends possession, and they needed that point badly because they were at the biggest deficit at the limit.
Excellent off the ball play coming from Dion Thompson, borrowing a page from what TNT has done against their defensive rebounding in this 4th game of the series.
RR Pogoy working against Santillán. Heruela. Oh, and that time, this great defense from Asisio, the ball will stay, or rather will go to Rain or Shine.
Earlier it was Caracot who rejected Jello Razon. And now on this penetration by Heruela, Asisio not giving up, defending upstairs. And again, a denial against Brian Heruela.
I actually believe that some guards are actually great shot blockers. It's just they don't have the hype for it sometimes.
Takes
Ian
it.
Thompson gets a score.
I believe the workhorse playing like a thoroughbred. 22 already for Thompson.
Kelly Williams will be slapped with that foul or that slap. Ian Thompson gets a basket and one, but then has been struggling with his free throws here today. He is shooting 50% here in this one, 2 of 4 from the field so far.
But it's the biggest reason why Rain or Shine continues to be in the hunt. After being down by 10 points to close out the first 2 quarters.
Gets that one to fall, talking about Ian Thompson. That's what they call a reverse jinx, coach. We say that he has
Meron ba
the
nun?
ball well. We'll make it the thing.
Let's make it up.
Here is Kelly Williams finding Calvin of Tana. Again, Mabuya.
Oh,
Tana! That's a travel.
that's a late but correct call.
Yeah, even Coach Tot Reyes says that, yeah, that was a travel.
Once again, every time they see Mamuya, either Pogoy or Calvin of Tana, they continue to attack the defense of Gian Mamuya.
Yeah.
That's an extra step.
Oh, that definitely was. That first one wasn't together at all. Asistio, Caruela right in front of him. Randall for Thompson again. Oh, and that time the pass is a bit too hot. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jim Mabuya has to go. Dian working on Kelly Williams and can't get the shooter's bounce. The ball will fall to Brian Caruela. Great effort from Kelly Williams.
Tremendous effort by Kelly Williams both ways.
Again, it doesn't matter how old you are, and Kelly Williams is just going to go on the attack. There is our Pogoy. That's going to be a push from behind the Calvin of that. And things are getting a bit testy here, coach, because the bodies are flying. It has been physical.
They were expecting a whistle on that knockdown move coming from Pogoy against Asistio. The whistle was blown. Foul was called. Possession now goes to the last 2 painters.
Well, TNT have been slapping and running for a proper bench before. 6-point lead here for TNT Tropang Giga. Here, Muyak will quarterback here on his birthday, looking for the win alongside Santi Santillan.
Yes.
Also his birthday.
21st?
According to him, I don't believe him, but okay. Birthday day, yan yung gift ko. Datu has to go.
Oh,
and that was just good defense played by Rainer Shine. And Rainer Shine could keep it alive. Santillan put on the air brakes.
excellent defensive sequence for TNT. No driving lane open, no passing lane given up. Forcing that forced attempt on the part of Keith Datu. Preserving a 6-point lead.
Here's Brian Heruela. Pogoy coming off the curl. Boy Era gets it here, finding our Pogoy. Pogoy defended by Santillan. And almost a throwaway. And the ball will go the other way with Boy Era having touched it as he was going out of bounds according to the referee.
But look at the effort of Aram and Santi Santillan diving for the basketball, trying to gain possession.
Coach, it's playoff basketball.
I know.
You got to go. Go to ground.
Basketball is gold. 13 in the quarter for Rain or Shine, 9 points so far for Tropang Giga.
Mataas yung value ng gold ngayon sa mundo, coach. Kasi take a look.
Pati dollar.
And dollar. That is true. And Mamuya trying to thread the needle and then found a white thigh instead. 6-point lead here for TNT. Rain or Shine soon for time as they are on the comeback trail here with 5:57 left here in the third.
Here we go.
are still watching this best of 7 semi-final series between Rain or Shine and TNT on PBA Rush and the Pilipinas Live app. After that verbal altercation between Poy Eram and Glenn Cabuntin in Game 3, Poy was quick to admit that the emotions of the match definitely got the best of him. As he put it, iniisip ko lang talaga yung sarili ko noon at hindi yung team. But it's only because we really just want to win, not just the series, but the championship. Well, for Poy, after admitting to his mistake, tonight he does want to approach his match differently, which is why he's keeping in mind that it's all about navigating his emotions better. In his words, and I quote, "I need to be strong in the court, and it starts with being accountable for my own actions." Gentlemen, back to you.
Thanks so much for that report. That was Bea Escudero.
Nicely said.
Yeah, I mean, like a very diplomatic words also. Verbal altercation, according to our Bea Escudero.
Nangyayari naman parati yan in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
But after that, it's all about being one.
Yes.
Sharing the same mission.
I agree. Have you ever gotten into a verbal altercation with a teammate?
Oo, nangyayari yan talaga. Sa ensayo, sa laro.
Oh, Jim Mamuya had a speed advantage over Poy Eram, but they couldn't get to finish the ball.
Lots of opportunities here for the Red Shirts.
It reminds me of that fourth quarter in game number two, wherein they had a catalog of opportunities but couldn't drain it. It feels like they're in a little funk at the moment here. These local scoring wise, our Pogoy got the C-skill up, but that is on the floor.
Pogoy continues to play bully basketball against the smaller defenders.
Yeah, that is one of the. It's not really a secret here for our Pogoy. The entire scouting report is aware that he's able to do it. It's the question is, can you stop it?
True.
Here's Optana.
Nice.
Wrong at Thompson.
And again, attacking the defense of the smaller guards. Adrian Nocum so far only 4 points for the Rain or Shine. Let's try to create impact upon his entry shortly.
Santillan, Thompson. Tisho and then Thompson rather. Working on the way up. That's a tough look, but he breaks it anyway.
Tough shot, really. First field goal of the quarter, total of 3 points here in the third. AB, let's double check. 25 point output for Thompson.
Big rain ng batak to take traffic against Asisio. Santillan against Pogoy. At time Thompson gets the rebound after the good box out coming from Quintana.
Let me correct myself. 9 points already in the quarter for Dion Thompson. 16 points in the first 2 quarters.
Anna with the foul there, coach.
That will be his fourth.
Yes, fourth foul here, Calvin. We'll double check the foul count
So
here.
nauna pa siyang mag-4 fouls kaysa kay Jefferson.
Well, take a look at this. The 4 points here for Adrian.
Only 4 attempts.
For attempts. Again, you know that he can be a very violent attacker.
And again, what TNT did was to attack his defense early, force him to work harder in defense.
Good tease up a triple after the dive from Adrian Noble.
That shot has not fallen for Thompson all game long. The 3-point shot.
The Batak he's picked here. That will be a hold against
Johnson.
Kalen Johnson.
Yes, on Jefferson. His third. Second only?
Yeah, second only for Kalen Johnson. So Santillan will check out for the meantime.
So the birthday celebrants, so far no scoring explosion. Mamoyak and Santi Santillan.
Batak with a 3. No good. Johnson and Noko share the rebound. Here's Thompson. Boy, add up. Oh, got RHJ up and was able to score.
Definitely a better and a more lethal offensive weapon when it goes downhill and brings his offense closer to the basket. 25 for Thompson.
Boy, add up. Off the Pogoy. Batak attacking. Finding Poyera.
Change to play Jason Castro, making things happen and giving his bigs easy looks. 4 in the game for Poyera. First 2 here in the third.
An advantage here for TNT. Adrian Noko working on Kim Aure in the spin. For the fakes. Thompson thought about the 3. Goes close instead. The shot no good. And you just gotta feel there were so many possessions there, or rather opportunities for Rain or Shine. And Rain Batak misses on the triple. Pogoy with the offensive rebound. And that'll be a foul against Adrian Nokum. as RHJ.
Another offensive rebound given up by Rain or Shine.
Timeout called on the floor here. TNT 2 for a ceasefire. 6-point lead for TNT though with 2:52 left in quarter number 3. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Let's take a look at Calvin Oftana here. In the first half of the game 3, he had 28 points, only 5 points in the second half, there are a total of 13. Once again, I have to argue, subpar, given his talent level, just how good he is. Let's take a look at his highlights here. 20 points in this game already, Coach.
And that's all in the past for Calvin Oftana. Worked hard in the last 72 hours, and now is the best version of himself here in the series, together with the RR Boy.
Two of them performed very well here. Kim Maureen, Rey ng Bata against Mamuya. Oh, and that time Mamuya racked him down, and that's a charge against Stingray ng Bata. And Mamuya is holding on to his chin. Let's take a look at that again.
Good anticipation coming from Mamuya.
So we saw a little swipe there. Not quite sure if that really hurt his chin. Gia still picking up though. Mamu has a good contribution here from a playmaking perspective.
4 points so far, coming up an 11-point game in that game 3 win.
Right, so here we go again. Gian Mamuya. This one down. 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists here.
9-point game, all scored in the second half. That game 3 win.
Renoco put it against Aure. That in Thompson. That shot was piled at far. And saved to a red shirt. Good effort. Short shot clock. He's got to go. Mamu with 2 seconds. Has to pull up. Can't get that. Dion Thompson will try to get a third opportunity. Battles for the rebound. Goes against Moyano and he scores.
I think it's always an issue. But somehow you have to play through everything. And Thompson has carried this team on his shoulders. 28 of the 62 from Dion Thompson. 13 in the quarter.
Morin off the dribble, attacking Adrian Loco. And that has been something that they have been comfortable doing on the TNT. Attacking the defensive block.
Loco, Mamuya, and Asisio.
Yes, the guards in particular.
Because these are the guards who hurt them defensively in that game 3 loss as they scored near the 20-point mark.
And Loco fighting Dion Thompson. Gets the basket to fall in one.
Again, the workhorse. It's not just Evan Lee. He's doing everything for the red shirts. Offensive rebounding, defensive rebounds, rim protection, and the heavy scoring. Nearly 50% of their total output coming from.
Coach, he isn't just a player. He is a thoroughbred.
True.
You take a look at Thompson. He has been running the offense here of Rain Shine. Where would they be without him?
True. Highest scoring output in the series for Dion Thompson, the Mother thoroughbred.
Ogoy. Yeah. Rick J to Nambata. That would have been big, but it falls to Boyera. Era wide open, came out there.
4 points off the bench here in the third quarter for Aurin. Eram Aurin with 6 points combined here in quarter 3 to allow TNT to stay afloat amidst this third quarter uprising by Rain.
Malcolm has been uncharacteristically quiet in this game.
Well contained.
And there's Aurin again. Malcolm trying to make up for it. And that is all ball, says the referee. Coach Sean Reyes, all up in the drill for one of our officials. Goes to the corner to Aurin. Here's RHJ. That controls it. Oh, he slips.
Another chance for Rain or Shine.
So Coach Chot's actually not complaining about the slip here, but the foul initially, or rather no foul on Kim Aurin. And there's a slip there on RHJ. We'll hold on to the air here with a 30-second timeout with 25.3 seconds left.
Under 20 points in the third quarter for TNT. So far, Rain or Shine with 22. TNT has not given up over 22 points so far in the first game. Any of the 3 quarters that we have seen. That's excellent defense for TNT so far throughout game number 4.
Coach Chot is still not happy. Oh, as we see pictures of that. Coach, what happened here in the third quarter? Because let me take a look at numbers here. A big difference in games 1 and games number 3. The team, when they don't score as freely as they normally do, they have a hard time winning games. That's what happened last time around. But the Rangers are still in good position here.
Simply means that the defense of TNT fighting the offense of Rain or Shine. They have the remaining fourth quarter ahead. But one thing that TNT has done is contain the scoring guards. For 2, limit the 3-point shooting. But Rain or Shine, playing tough defense as well in the third, is allowing TNT to score over 20 points, even with their guards struggling offensively. That's a good sign for them. Only behind a 2-possession deficit.
Let's see if they can trim it down to 1. Basket here. Get open. Double. Thompson has it. On to Mamley. Thompson, up top again. Attack for Boy Eram, and that's easy too.
That's been the biggest thorn against the defense of TNT. 34 for Thompson, 18 in the fourth.
RHJ, walked into a triple. How big was that? All of a sudden, 70 to 67 in favor of TNT. And Rondé Halls Jefferson loves seeing the time expire and pulls up with another crucial basket.
Big shot for a big time player. Instead of being up by 3, they will lead into the fourth quarter on top by 6.
73-67 in favor of TNT Tropang Giga. RHJ, who was quiet, with the loudest end to that third quarter. Take a look at the game summary going into the fourth quarter here as we take a look at Dion Thompson for the Rain or Shine and Lassa Painters, who has been a one-man wrecking crew here for Coach Yang Giao. 34 points, 10 rebounds out of 15 of 26 shooting here in this game so far. And also shooting a relatively respectable number from the free throw line as well. Of course, you take a look at the assist count here. TNT in charge in that category. They've been moving the ball around and able to go into the fourth quarter with a 6-point lead after a late basket from RHJ.
After being beaten in the assist count 25-11 in that game 3 loss, they have moved the basketball better and have identified better matchups for them to be able to score upon. Ito na yung running game ng Rain. Hindi natin nakita masyado sa third quarter.
Well, that's because they forced a quick turnover and they ran the floor perfectly there. Keith Datu finishing the move off the pass coming from Adrian Tofo. Again, thank you very much for joining us on Pilipinas Live and on PBA Rush. Si Paolo De Rosado, joined by none other than Coach Ronnie Magzano from Point Clarion, and it is Bea Escudero joining us on the sideline. Tana dragged that one back, and that's a rebound from Ronald Carito, who is fouled on the pass attempt there. It looks like it will be on Reynam Bata. Well, we saw an improvement, Coach, from Rain or Shine in that third quarter. What was different for Rain or Shine? Let's take a look at the last fast break opportunity.
One thing different for Rain or Shine was they made a conscious effort to get that basketball to Theon Thompson. And that was key. Also was able to hit 2 3-point baskets. Something that was not that did not happen for them in the first 2 quarters. 1 of 6 in quarter 1, 1 of 7 in quarter 2, but hit 2 triples, or even 3 the third quarter that enabled them to cut into what was once a 10-point advantage for TNT.
Kellen Johnson with the handoff to Anthony Carapon. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Has got to go somewhere. Datu tries it, can't get it. And that will be a loose ball foul of TNT. So a bit of a bailout there for the Rain Shine Last Painters.
What about Jefferson staying away from his 4th foul after being called for his 3rd? Sometime around quarter 2, it's Oftana playing with 4 personal fouls. Likewise, Reynam Bata.
Reynam Bata, 11 points in this game, has upped his scoring tally compared to only 3 points per game.
9 points in 3 games total for Nambata, leading to this 4th match.
Sante Carapon on the attack, tried to force the issue, and that'll be a loose ball foul, this time against Rain or Shine. And Keith Datu saying, me? And I don't know if they're going to challenge this. Yes, they will. Coach Yang Yao not happy with that. Looking for the challenge, and let's see if Coach Yang Yao has a point. He has one challenge already here today.
And that penetration in the first quarter by R.R. Pogoy against Mabuyak.
Coach Yang Yao battling, scrapping here. That third quarter was a 24 to 20 quarter in terms of scoring.
Right, first quarter that they won today against TNT.
What a time to win it, Coach. So we, of course, now have a copy of the box score. And, of course, the biggest contributor, 18 points to Dion Thompson.
In the third quarter alone. That's 18 of the 24 quarter points.
Keith Datu and Anton Asisio were the only other 2 players to contribute with scoring with a couple of triples. Keith Datu and Asisio with 1 each. So that's going to be an unsuccessful challenge here for Rain.
Ito pa yung dagdag doon sa tanong mo na anong nagbago sa Rain or Shine in the third quarter. Forcing turnovers and scoring off turnovers was key to them winning the quarter by 4 points in the first.
7 points of turnovers for the Rain or Shine Last Painters. Also scoring in the paint with regularity, 14 points there. Of course, TNT had a 2-point advantage in that department. As Ikeda Noko did no good as Adrian Noko moves away the rebound. He's off to the races. Playing quick here to get Keith Datu. Clarito. Good fake. Datu again, and Datu. RHJ may have gotten a finger to that.
Tremendous closeouts. That's double effort. Closing out, recovery, challenging again. Constant movement defensively for Jefferson.
There's Ronde. The pick and roll.
Another hold on Chongson for Keith Datu.
Maybe on Keith Datu. Datu will have a second foul. Okay, then Johnson will have that, so that'll be his third foul.
And again, the perpetual motion of Jefferson. Fasting and all. Unbelievable and superior conditioning for this former NBA player.
It's funny because even though we consider him a former NBA player, his caliber is still NBA level. Tana, the turnaround. Jay, that's good. Getting 3 of Tony Clary.
22 already for Calvin Oftana, tying his series high.
It's actually 22 right here, Coach.
Correct.
Calvin.
At 22, that game 1 win, but mostly on a 3-point baskets.
That's true. There's Adrian Noko kicking that out to Clarito. In the corner, no good. Noko. That would be a loose ball foul. I believe it will be on Omuntin.
This is the missing link offensively for Rain or Shine, the 3-point shooting. They have 12 made 3-point baskets in that game 3 win. 36 of their 103 points. So far here tonight, only 5 of 18 after the first 36 minutes.
So there's foul on Popuntin. He lost his balance against Dion Thompson and just basically launched him out of position. At least that's the interpretation of the referees.
And this rigid three-point shooting is a testament to the adjustment defensively by TNT.
Oh, what a spot. Sorry, coach. But what a spot there from RJ.
Again, the perpetual motion, not just on offense, but even on defense. Closing out. Second line of defense. Rejections. Whatever it takes for Jefferson to help out TNT.
It has been a disappointing game so far for Adrian Noko. 4 points in the game. Came out in with a triple in and out. And another foul from Popuntin. Fourth foul TNT in quarter.
That's closer and closer to being in team penalty. Something that you do not like to see. That happens early in the payoff quarter.
A bit of a veteran presence coming in. Kelly Williams coming in for Popuntin. And we all
bigger
know
one.
what the vets do, as Bea Escudero has a story for us. Bea.
Following Coach Ronnie over at the Rain or Shine huddle, Coach Yang Yao emphasized offensive schemes that he wants to see in this fourth quarter to continue the great momentum that they showed in the third. He asks players to take advantage of their height by getting the ball at the post more. He urged them, and I quote, I want to see you constantly moving, attack more, and be smart. Look for that open match. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bea Escudero, and that's exactly what they did. With Keith Datu getting an important basket there. 3-point lead still here for TNT, though.
No legitimate point guard right now for TNT. No Nambata, no Hermela, no Razon. It's either Kim Maurin or Jefferson playing that point position to run the offense of the White Shirts. This is a big one for Keith Datu. Under duress, contested well. Finally hits a 3-ball. 3-point basket number 6 for Rain or Shine.
Maureen, we'll check out for Ray Nambata. If you're looking for a point guard coach, here he is.
They need somebody to create. Sana appears to be hurt.
Yeah, Dana may have been scratched on that last attempt. And, of course, they're trying to make sure his vision is okay. You need your eyes to shoot, coach.
For Sana, probably even half a vision is enough. Oh, that one.
Yeah, there's a little swipe there. Unintentional from Carito, but either way,
it hurts.
Yeah.
It stinks.
Yeah, it stinks the... Kaya pinasa na si Stingray. Baka it may change things.
They're hopeful that he can sting as well.
Yes. But the question is, at the end, who will be stopped? Here's Rodney Hollis Jefferson on the attack. Will go shoot 2 free throws.
It's takeover mode for Jefferson. Again, the game management. Controlling the defense. And now...
We're going to check if there's a basket interference,
Okay.
coach.
Earlier, Quintana hit a long ball to narrow the gap to 3 after being down by as much as 6 here in the fourth. That one.
And they might have a point there. TNT. Another look at that to be sure. Well, just be 2 free throws. RJ with a familiar shrug of the shoulder, but an unfamiliar result. Bit of a struggle here for RJ, coach. I know he has 16 points, but then again, our standards for RJ are so high that was a bit of a disappointment here when it comes to his numbers.
TNT also disallowing Rain or Shine from going to the line over 30 times tonight.
Yeah.
Only 10 free throw shot. 16 free throw shot by Rain or Shine heading to the fourth.
Thompson against Kelly Williams. Quick double here. He tries to force the issue, no good.
Excellent tip coming from Jefferson to clean up and disallow Rain or Shine from securing a second look.
Kelly Williams. Ogoy gets free of Adrian Noko. Ogoy against Noko. Ogoy has been fantastic. 18 points game here so far. Shooting over Noko. That would have been big. And Keith Dado has done a good job of just holding down potential rebounders here for TNT. And that is all Dion Thompson. But then RJ wins out that time. And the ball will stay with the red shirts. As a quick time on call on the floor. 4-point lead here for TNT Tropang Giga. Well, let's take a look at that again in just a bit. But at the moment, 72. Don't go away. Be right back. Welcome back to the Big Dome, 76-72 in favor of the TNT Tropang Giga. The Raiders last debaters on the comeback trail. They won the third quarter by 4 points. Talking about rain or shine, it has been an improved second half performance.
Definitely.
But TNT have been doing just enough to keep them away, coach.
And that's the only thing that counts, to stay ahead of your opponent. And so far here in the second half, TNT has produced 23 points. Rain or shine, meanwhile, 29. So the premium is on defense, and then the willingness to get past. The question of fatigue for all of these players in action.
Andre Carapo doing it all by himself. No good. Jonah Clarito with a defensive effort, rather offensive rebound effort. The ball pops up and bodies were on the floor. And the entire Rain or Shine bench was saying that that should have been a travel. Here is Ray Nambata dictating traffic here. RHJ coming up on top, offering the pick. They go to Calvin Oftana. Has been unstoppable in this game.
And that's how big that possession was for TNT. Coming off that Patak recovery. No whistle blown. Play went on. 6-point lead once again for Tropang Giga.
And 22 points here for Calvin Oftana, Deion Thompson, and Kelly Williams. And finally, it does trickle in.
36 for Thompson. 16 in the first 2 quarters, 18 in quarter 3. That's 18 of the 24. And then that will be his first basket here in quarter number 4.
Stingray ng Bata. Looking for his sting again. Bata against Karapot. RHJ against Johnson. Pulls up for 3. That time no good. Deion Thompson. Kelly Williams right in front of him. Trying different looks here to stop Deion Thompson. Get a Johnson. They get the switch. But then they switch things back. That would be a
foul or holding foul? Holding
foul here. On, I believe on Pogoy.
That will put them in penalty, I believe.
Will be their 5th, yeah.
With still 6 minutes remaining here in the 4th. Still no local firepower surge here for Rain or Shine, yet they're only behind by 4.
So that's the last foul to give there of TNT. And a chance now for Rain or Shine to really up the pressure here. Especially with how Thompson has been attacking the paint.
Believe it or not, there's no local in double figures for Rain or Shine tonight.
And the Karapot at this tally, and ooh, that is another sorry miss. And Rain or Shine are only trailing by 4 despite of the lack of offensive firepower coming from the locals here.
Because they are holding their own in terms of defensive tenacity as well. Except perhaps against Calvin Oftana.
Speaking of Calvin Oftana, ball pops up there. In the back. Oh, he was left open. He drives by, and Kelly Williams for the easiest 2 of the night.
Somebody was lost in that recovery. Suddenly Oftana found himself open. And when somebody did recover to try and close out, Oftana beat the closeout defense.
It's not too late for a local to wake up here for Rain or Shine. They need someone to do something. And that will be a foul, sending Rain or Shine to the line for the rest of the game.
Double black eyes. Nambata commits his 5th personal foul. And the entry of Nambata has definitely stabilized the half-court execution of Tropang Giga. Better direction, destination in their half-court sets. What a pass, what a find for Oftana. More than assisted in the last 4 points at least for TNT.
On the dunker spot there, Kelly Williams was camping, and it's the easiest two you could get.
Not an easy pass to make.
Yeah. And
For Oftana.
you gotta give credit, by the way, to Oftana for reading defense perfectly. There were just so many people who collapsed on him.
Beat the primary defender, the secondary, and the rim protector. All in one sequence.
37 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 of 7.
What more can you ask for?
Maybe 40?
Easy. We talked about the fact that that was a big gamble for TNT.
Yes, it was.
Dare Thompson to score in the 40s or the 50-point level, but this allowed the locals from exploding from the 3-point line.
Here's Stingray ng Bata. And Kelly Williams up top. RHJ a bit quiet here. Oftana thought about it, finding RHJ inside. Now be a foul on Thompson. Oops.
That puts Rain or Shine also in penalty.
No, that's the last foul to give, I
Last
believe.
foul to give.
Yeah, of Rain or Shine. Time out here for Rain or Shine as we're trying to sort things out. Again, local offensive power is needed here for Rain or Shine. Let's see if they can find it. Right back. Of Adrian Nocum, or rather some of the low lights here, because it has not been a game to remember here for Adrian Nocum. And sometimes that does happen after a very big emotional high of a great playoff performance. Sometimes you cannot, or rather have a difficult time following that up. As Galvin is out, but an offensive rebound here from Reyna Bata.
TNT also came out with a sound defensive game plan.
Yeah.
Likewise in their matchups. Dinabasa nila yung spin na galaw ni Nocum. Doon may tumutulong bigla from the weak side. In and out for our Pugoy.
Great rebounding effort that come from Kalen Thompson.
No more second chance looks that was given up numerous times for Rain or Shine for TNT. Faint points, second chance scoring.
Double team comes, and that was just a good possession here for
That
TNT.
was a triple team against Thompson.
And RHJ goes over the ad board.
Excellent defense by GM Mamuya. Defending without fouling. Taking away a possible easy layup for Jefferson.
And that was just tapped beyond. Let's take a look at this again. Couple of turnovers here. Great triple team coming from TNT.
And then the Mamuya holding forth.
Yeah, and then there was just a last touch there coming from RHJ.
Haba rin kasi ng mga galamay ni GM Mamuya.
Remember, Jim Mamuya, actually, a lot of people thought he'd be a good defensive player because of the length, and notice there. Oh, that's a tough look. And again, the Adrian Nocum has not been a factor here in this game.
Not at all. 73-67 was the end of the third quarter. Since that time, 9 points for Rain or Shine, 7 for TNT. 53-43, end of the first half. 27 for TNT since then, 33 for Rain or Shine.
More urgency here for the Rain or Shine, the last defenders. RHJ, the turnaround, no good. And that is going to be a foul from Nocum, and free throws the rest of the way here for TNT.
Talked about the fact that that basketball is gold. At this point of the match, every possession counts. Extra step. Double effort.
And here for Reyna Bata to really lay down the hammer. But as I say that, the first, trying to drain the second to make this a two-possession ball game. Here in the PBA, that 4-point shot really changed things.
11 points for Nambata total. All scored in the first 2 quarters. None so far in the third, all the way here to the fourth, but they need him to be steady. The playmaking role, and likewise, the critical free throws when the need arises.
And there it is. 5-point game, two-possession ball game. Rain or Shine have around 3:30 left here in the fourth quarter.
Who will help Dion Thompson with the scoring here in winning time for Rain or Shine. And that's good defense again for Nambata.
Absolutely. Crucial plays here coming from Stingray Nambata.
Excellent recovery for Nambata during game 4. They're struggling mightily that game 3 loss. It's all about effort.
Didn't really try much there talking about Nambata, except for making sure that he felt the pressure. Talking about
not getting caught behind and allowing an easy catch and pivot to the basket for Gian Mamuya.
We got to get their defense sorted here, don't worry. There's RHJ finding Nambata. Yeah. Oh, what a fight going in the corner. That would have been a kill shot. Oops. And just a bit too quick. And that's going to be an easy 2, but a foul call, I believe, will be on Dion Thompson. Or will it be on Kelly Williams?
They will check it. Either way, it's going to be a crucial ball here. Mostly turned over by the Nats of Painters.
Because there was a whistle blown, but then the referee didn't make a sign. So we don't know if it's an offensive foul or if it's going to be a foul on Dion Thompson. So I believe they're going to make the right call here.
Nine points in the quarter for the National Painters. TNT with 8.
Oh. And Dion Thompson will be hit with a foul after dragging down Kelly Williams.
Right. 84 points was the lowest output of Rain or Shine here in the series in an 88-84 win. A loss, rather.
This could become an 8-point game. Kelly Williams drained this bonus free throw. And it is Rain or Shine's inability to get a local to get going in the scoring column here that has really caused them to stumble in this game so far, Coach. That's Rain or Shine call for time. 84-76 to call. We'll be right back.
We're really proud of her performance. I think ang importante rito is makita nung tao na lumalaban ka. Fight every night, play at your best every night. Give the crowd, give the audience, give the basketball public the enjoyment that they're looking for when they want to see you play. Start the game, you give everything that you have to win. The public deserves that they see that you're playing your best.
As we were listening to Coach Yang Yao, the officials were listening to Coach Yang Yao as well because he had a few choice words to say. Not quite sure about what though. His exact issue was being so far away, but at the same time, this is a testing moment here for Rain or Shine.
Yes, indeed.
The next few minutes could determine how the rest of the series will go.
True. 18 points for Dion Thompson out of the 24-point output for Rain or Shine to push the scoring total to 34. Now has scored 4 of the 7 fourth-quarter points, but someone has to help out Dion Thompson with Rain or Shine is to make a late fourth-quarter rally against TNT.
So they go to Adrian Mokum. Good idea. Wrong execution.
Nobody was there for the lift. After timeout play, Mokum had a good driving lane after a curl on that handoff. And then he saw Jefferson right in front of him, decided to pass out. Costly turnover once again. One from Mamuya, another from Adriano.
Johnson was the closest in the zip code area, but then I was just too far away.
Lost in translation.
Oh, and our Pogoy getting free of Mokum and almost an easy basket. The ball will go the other way. And the referee has made the call. And are they gonna challenge this?
No
they
more
won't. They
challenge
won't
for
challenge it.
TNT. Still holding an 8-point lead.
Well, based on our angle, TNT might have had a chance for the challenge there.
11 in the quarter for TNT, 9 for Rain or Shine.
Imamuya, better ball movement here. Clarito needs a basket. They can't find it, and that'll be a hold against Kelly Williams.
I can't imagine the shooting percentage of Rain or Shine here in the fourth, but definitely
not great.
Very low.
For Rain or Shine, they've been shooting 40% around that range here for the whole game.
This is a team which shot 36 points out of their 103-point output in that Game 3 win, but not tonight.
Dion Thompson here. Get two to go. Where would they be without him? They wouldn't even be in the conversation, I'm sure. You know, a lot of people who are watching our show, watching this game, have heard about the call here for former players to come and be part of the 50th anniversary. So much so that they want to call Coach Ronnie to try and find out more. Of course, Coach Ronnie is one of the most approachable guys in PBA history, so no surprise. As good free throws are coming from Thompson.
Sabi kasi ni Rosella Hazel called the PBA.
RR Bogoy. Oh, wow. What a basket from RR.
Wow, that's a knife. Straight to the heart. 8-point lead after missing a layup. Hitting a mid-range coolie is RR Bogoy.
Rain or Shine still in this one. They needed that three.
More than ever. More than ever. Like a ray of light. Down to 5. 2-possession lead. TNT. 94 seconds remaining.
That was a jolt back into their system. The double on RHJ. 10 seconds left to shoot here for TNT. RHJ directing traffic here against Galen Johnson. Driving inside. Finding a wide open Kim Aurin. Oh, what a reply!
That's a defensive breakdown coming from Adrian Nopo. Wow, Jefferson had nowhere to go, and then suddenly Aurin finds himself wide open.
Thompson, he'll try a triple. They need this. They can't get it. Ball tapped up. They're going to review this, but it looks like it might stay with Rain or Shine.
It was just a 5-point lead for TNT and Aurin. Hitting the biggest basket of the fourth quarter for TNT.
The ball will go to TNT, by the way, but let's take a look at that again.
The gamble to free up Kim Aurin was played well here on short minutes. 7 for Aurin, all coming in the final 2 quarters.
Could be too little too late here for Rain or Shine. We're now trailing by 8. 2-possession ball game with a 4-point line in play.
Would be a decisive 3-1 edge for TNT. In it to win it for Tropang Giga.
The basket could be the dagger here for TNT as Kim Aurin on the attack. Finding Oftana off the curl. Attacking Jonard Clarito. Oftana wrinkles his way through.
Boboy, Oftana, Aurin with 7 fourth quarter points. Better local support. Definitely here for TNT, who has 18 fourth quarter points compared to 14 for Rain or Shine.
And that'll be free throws again for Dion Thompson. What a performance here for TNT, especially in the fourth. But then the question has to be asked, the locals bid in terms of Rain or Shine, especially when it comes to their scoring.
Something that they have to answer when Game 5 approaches on Friday.
Take a look at the scorers here for Rain or Shine. So you have 40 points here for Dion Thompson in the game. 4 points, 41 and 42. Gets that one. So that's 41 there for Dion.
Conference high, probably.
Andre Caracot with 6 points. You have Adrian Nocomon with 4. You have Keith Dato with 8.
Nobody scoring in double figures for the locals.
No one in double figures.
And that's a big challenge for them then.
Anton Asisio with 8. Kaden Thompson with
because Thompson
6.
has scored over 50% of their total output. 42 of the 83.
A 5-second inbound violation here. Well, at this point, you never know.
Another 3-ball might help. Or a possible 4-pointer.
Thompson. Making strong inside instead. Looking for an easy 2.
44 for Thompson. 44 of the 85. Down to 6. Under 34 seconds.
Can they get another quick turnover? That's the question. We hold on to the air here, coach, but then for rain or shine, we have to give credit again to the fact that Rain or TNT have defended well here in the fourth quarter in particular. They only allowed Rain or Shine to score 16 points here. And when Rain or Shine are limited offensively, they have a hard time keeping in pace with TNT scoring.
That's right.
Take a look at this with the PBA homecoming happening soon. Connect with us. This call to all the PBA, former PBA players and officials. Our 50th won't be complete without you. Help us find you for PBA. Calling all former PBA players and officials. Call or text our staff. Hazel at 0968-253-5050 or Rosell at 0968-447-1975 for the PBA at 50 homecoming reunion na. Parang high school reunion, no? PBA.
Ilang high school yan since 1975.
Oh. Take a look at some of the highlights here of Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
Getting
17
a lot
points.
of help though from the locals.
And this is not a classic RHJ game. Still great numbers, don't get us wrong, coach.
But what is not written in those numbers is the defensive effort.
Yes.
It's the ball movement. It's the leadership that he brings day in, day out.
And for RHJ, despite having not one of his most stellar nights, has been assisted by the Knight. A while ago.
What about
26
Reynang Batak
points.
also?
Reynang Batak resurrecting his game here with 12 points. Remember, in the series total, he only had 9 in the first 3 games.
True. And the playmaking. And the defense as well. Remember, forcing turnovers, defending Mamuyak, containing Mamuyak's offense.
And Jongson made a mistake there because it was only a 2-second difference. 2 seconds left until the shot clock would have expired, and then he accidentally fouled Kim Maorin.
All right. Oftana also with a series best, exploding for 26. Pogoy scoring has come to a halt, but they had a big mid-range conversion earlier. 7 straight points for Aurin, Oftana, and Pogoy to lift TNT to a safe cushion as Inner Shine continues to be haunted by frigid outside shooting.
Take a little Rain Shine shooting here from beyond the arc. They are shooting a paltry 7 of 26. That is 26% beyond the arc. Familiar faces about here. The P-pop fans would have been very happy with that cameo. Just came out in drains too.
24 quarter points for TNT. Winner Shine with 18. Not enough. Definitely underwhelming. They talk about local support, local firepower. Nobody scoring in the 10-point mark. Not a single local tonight for Rain or Shine.
You know, you take a look at the adjustments needed here for Rain or Shine moving forward. How can they get their locals to perform in the next game? But first, take a look at this. A little flashback here. A bit of history between TNT and Rain or Shine. Of course, Talknex did defeat Rain or Shine in the Commissioner's Cup Finals back in 2015 in double overtime. Back then, they still had Paul Lee, Ryan Aranya as part of that group. Of course, Jimmy Alabag still part of the picture there for Talknex. And of course, that was a long, long time ago. But then there is some playoff history between the two teams. Of course, Coach Yang still in charge of that group. As again, for Rain or Shine, it's about getting the locals going yet again. That's the issue.
Right. Something that they have to work on the next 24 hours because in between games 4 and 5 is a very short period.
Let's see if there is a minor miracle in store here for Rain or Shine. Thompson will try a 4 and get it off the back. Here's Nokum. He'll try a 4 himself. It's still no good.
Not tonight.
Not tonight here
Not tonight.
for Rain or Shine. Couple of good looks. Had they made it, it would have been more interesting. But
they had the chances though. mostly turnovers, inability to make shots, and likewise, some defensive breakdowns down the stretch.
Lockdown defense from TNT Tropang Giga to Rainer Shine in the fourth quarter provided to be one of the biggest differences. 18 points only in the fourth quarter after letting Rainer Shine score a game high in terms of scoring 24 for them in the game. So, our best player of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of PBA, none other than Calvin Oftana. Knows just how good was he.
Very good. More than good. Oftana, 7 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter. In the third, had 7. But here, in the most important quarter, Oftana will explode and make sure that TNT will not suffer what happened to them in that Game 3 loss.
Final score brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. It is 93 to 85 in favor of TNT Tropang Giga, who now lead the series 3 games to 1, making sure that Friday will be a clutch day. We could either see 2 extensions or 2 eliminations.
Right.
Both at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, and you do not want to miss that. 5 p.m. tip for TNT against Rainer Shine, followed by 7:30 with Barangay Ginebra and the Northport Batang Pier. All at the Big Dome this Friday. Can't wait to see you all there. Of course, at the moment, we are going to turn it over to the press conference in just a bit. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.
Welcome to the post-game press conference. TNT bounces back to take their third win in this best-of-7 series. I am joined by our winning coach, Coach Chot Reyes, and our best player of the game, Calvin Oftana. Congratulations, gentlemen. Coach Chot, playing Game 3 was a big adjustment for TNT without Jason, and today we also saw RSJ playing much of the point guard, deferring also the offense to the locals. In what ways did you see this team rise above adversity and step up to be able to take this game home?
Our pregame was very simple. I just challenged the players to be better. Just told them, be better screeners, better passers, better defenders. Just make sure that you're better today, and then whatever happens, what may, we're fine with it. But we just wanted to make sure that we play better today and put in better effort. So I think the players responded very well. There were some great hustle plays on our end, and I think in the end that was the difference.
Thank you, Coach Chot. Now, Calvin, when RHJ, your top scorer, was deferring the shots to the locals, ano ang nakatulong sa pagsiguro na tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagpuntos nyo?
Nga, yung sinabi ni Coach sa amin, being better sa energy, yung pinapakita ito lang namin i-prove sa sarili namin